Hello everyone. In the previous sessions, we were discussing about pulse code modulation and problems related to pulse code modulation. Today, we'll try to understand one of the component in the pulse code modulation, which is regenerative repeater. As you can see from the block diagram of pulse code modulation, we are going to use regenerative repeaters along the transmission path so as to reconstruct the pulse code modulated signal, which is distorted one. So moving further, so this is the block diagram of regenerative repeater. Okay, it has three components as amplifier plus equalizer, timing circuit, and decision making device. So relevance of this we'll study in this lecture. What we know is the most important feature of any digital system lies in the ability to control the effects of distortion and noise produced by transmitting a digital signal through a channel. And this capability is accomplished by reconstructing the signal by means of a chain of regenerative repeaters, as we already discussed, which performs three basic functions. One is equalization and amplification, we can say. Here it is missed out. Then timing, then decision making. So what are these blocks and how they are going to regenerate the signal, we'll understand now. The first block is equalizer. It shapes the received pulses so as to compensate effects of amplitude and phase distortions produced by the channel. So it equalizes for both amplitude as well as phase. Then the timing circuitry, it extracts, you can say, it extracts the sampling intervals and provides a periodic pulse train. As I have said, it is derived from the received pulses itself for sampling the equalized pulses at the instance of time where the signal to noise ratio is maximum. Wherever the signal to noise ratio or the signal strength is highest, there the signal will be sampled and timing signal can be extracted, and in the later stage that timing can be used for decision making. So the work of decision making device is the sample extracted is compared to predetermined threshold here. So incoming signal, that is equalized signal, is compared with a timing circuit signal where the decision making device makes a decision in the favor of symbol 0 or symbol 1 based on the set threshold, and thereby you can say the complete regeneration of the signal happens with a precise means. But there are two kinds of problems we can encounter where the regenerated signal may depart from the original signal. So what are those two problems? The unavoidable presence of channel noise and interference causes the repeater to make wrong decisions and thereby introducing a bit error into regenerated signal. So this is one of the problems where unavoidable presence of channel noise and interference causes that your decision making device makes decision wrongly. That is, if it has to make in favor of 1, but actually it makes the decision in favor of symbol 0. Similarly, it might be wrong in making decision where it has to decide on 0, it will end up deciding in bit 1. That is because of channel noise and interference. Second one, if the spacing between received pulses deviates from its assigned value, a jitter is introduced into the regenerated pulse position and thereby causing distortion. So this is called as a jitter noise. It occurs because of the position of the pulses are shifted. Then the decision making will also deviate as per the shifted position. Okay, so these are the two problems with regenerative repeaters. The next concept we have is line codes, which we'll study in the next lecture. Thank you.